Hey guys, it's Phantom here and welcome back to a brand new video everyone. So in today's video I am going to be doing kind of a little bit of a training point guide for you guys, basically just showcasing all of the essential spells that you guys should train on each one of your wizards. Now I know that you're probably hearing what I'm saying right now and are just kind of asking me right now through the video, Phantom, didn't you literally post a training point guide like a year ago or something like that, just basically telling you like all of this same shit? And while you would be right about that, I actually did look back at that guide not too long ago and I realized that there was a lot of stuff in that guide. It's a good guide, don't get me wrong about that, and you could watch it if you want to, but there's a lot of kind of unneeded information in that guide that kind of might misguide some people into kind of wrongfully spending their training points on spells that they just might not really use very much. So I kind of wanted to make this guide to basically showcase the bare bone essential spells, you know, when it kind of comes to soloing in this game, that most people, spells that just most people will use, you know, pretty much no matter what. So anyways, here they are. Alright, so the first spell that you are most definitely going to want for your wizard is going to be the Reshuffle spell. So this spell is especially useful because literally pack one of these in your deck, and whenever you actually run out of spells during a battle, on the off chance that that does happen, or let's say if you're doing like a huge boss fight with friends or something like that, you run out of support cards, whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, you will definitely want a reshuffle card. So pretty much it just literally reshuffles all your cards and gives them all back to you. So they will be in a different order, but literally this will just make it so, I mean, pack a few of these, you're literally just never going to run out of cards in your battle, and just keep resetting your deck. So the way to get this spell is you have to come to Colossus Boulevard here and actually go into this little house. Just showed you the location on the map, and then go up to Mildred Farseer and she should have the spell for you. It's obviously not here because of course I did already train it on my fire, but that's what it looks like. She should have it for you, and yeah, that's just a really nice one to have. By the way, you can get this spell at level 20. Okay, so next up we have the Faint spell. Now you can obviously get this in Nightside from the Death School Professor, so let us go in right here. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, if you're a veteran of Wizard101, you probably know about this spell just because literally everyone has it, or at least most people have it, but you really do need the Faint spell. This might just be the most important spell in the entire game, so you get it at level 26 from Dworgen here. Let me just go ahead and show you the spell right here. So that's what it looks like. You can get it at level 26. The only catch is you have to train all of these spells coming before level 26 to actually get Faint, but once you've done that and reach the required level, you can get the spell of Faint. And why this spell is just so useful is because it places a large trap on your enemy, which, you know, when you actually do cast a spell, the trap is used and it just does 70% more damage. Of course that plus 30 goes on to you, but most wizards, you know, would agree that it is a pretty worthy trade. God, I cannot speak, but this is definitely something that you should have. Please, for the love of God, train it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so the next set of spells that we're going to be looking at are going to be the blades and traps that you get from Niles. So pretty much Niles is located in the Crackersphinx in Krakotopia. You should, you know, get here like around level, I don't know, 15 or something like that, but at level 20 you can actually train the elemental and spirit traps. Now these aren't like totally necessary to train, although I would probably still recommend training them just because it is just an extra added buff onto your spells. But I definitely recommend training the blades for sure, as they are a lot more versatile, as you can literally blade yourself or one of your friends for whatever spell they're using, you know, pertaining to the schools. So literally just train spirit blade or elemental blade, whichever one's your school. So definitely train the blades right there, and the traps if you can. Like I said, not as important. I would still recommend them though. So yeah, these pretty much just act as buffs for the spells that you were pretty much going to cast anyway. I don't know how to make it any more simpler than that, so let's move on. Alright, so next up we pretty much have every single damage enchant that you can get inside of the game. So you can literally get all of the damage enchants from Qburn here in the Arcanum if you've actually made it to that area. But if not, here, let me just show you guys what these spells look like real quick. So Epic is like the first, not the first one, it's actually the last tier of damage spells. So literally what these spells do is they just add more damage onto your spells. That's literally it. It's a click, and then another click. That's essentially the process behind it. Anyways, though, you do actually get epic from the Arcanum. I believe Colossal is obtained in the Drum Jungle in Zafaria, so that's where you get that one. Gargantuan, I believe, is obtained in Celestia from one of the trainers there, so yeah, get that from one of the little trainers in Celestia. This one's from, I believe they are obelisks in Zafaria, so you're going to want to get the quest from Inyanga White Stripes for that, I do believe. This one, I think you literally just need to be the required level. Same with Monstrous, you get in Celestia as well, and Giant as well. And I'm pretty sure Strong as well, you get all the rest of these in Celestia, because yeah, this was kind of a thing that was introduced into the second arc, so that's where you get all of them. They all have their each individual level requirements that they're a little bit spaced out, but not too far from each other, so should be able to find those pretty easily. But of course they are especially important just because they make your spells that much stronger, and you should definitely train them. Alright, so the next type of spell that you are going to want to get for your wizard is going to be a prism spell, but more specifically the mass prism spell pertaining to your school. So you get these from Cassie the Ponycorn. At level 70, obviously the one for your school is going to be free, so that'll be very easy, simple for you, not even require a training point. So she's located in the wild, in the Toadstool Village, you know, right down here in this left-hand corner. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the reason why, you know, prisms are so useful, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. If you're going against a school that is the same school as you, they're obviously going to have resistance to your spells, so a prism will pretty much turn the tide on them and fix that up real nicely for you. So you definitely want to have these spells, especially if there's more than one enemy, you know, that is of course your school. So yeah, that's pretty much the function of prisms. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, so the next set of spells that you are going to want to train are going to be the Azteca Astral spells. So these will take the form of both the Star and Sun spells that you're going to need to train. So at level 84, you will get the first quest, the first Astral spell quest, which are going to be for the Star spells. Now, I do recommend training your school's aura right here because it is really nice having an aura that actually, you know, increases your damage by this much at this level. I think it is just really useful to have. So at level 84, you can train the aura for free that pertains to your school, so that's really cool. But the more notable thing, at level 86, you can actually activate the Sun School Trainer, and basically from this trainer, it's kind of awkward because it doesn't actually show the spells because I already have them trained on this wizard, but pretty much you can get Sharpened Blade and Potent Trap, which are both really useful Sun School spells that you are going to be using for the rest of your wizard career. So I'll just go ahead and show them to you right now. So there they are pretty much. So basically they make your blades and traps more powerful, you know, by 10% each time you use them. And the really cool thing about this is you can stack these stronger blades and stronger traps on top of each other and just do even more damage. So these are just complete game changers, and I believe every single wizard should definitely have them. And the last set of spells are going to be more astral spells that you're going to want to get from Q-Burn here, and I'm pretty sure these are this is really the only place that you can actually get these spells. So you are going to want to train Frenzy as well as Aegis and Indemnity. So basically what these spells do, I'll just go ahead and show them to you real quick. There's Indemnity, however you would like to say it. Anyways, that's the spell right there, and then Aegis right there as well. So these spells are very useful, and you should definitely want both of them, because there are certain times, especially just when you're questing in the game, where you're going to need these spells, because essentially what they do is they cast a protection spell on your blade or your trap that is cast. So if a boss, let's say, has a cheat in which he actually removes the blade or the trap, this will actually prevent, you know, him from doing so. So that's really useful because you run into a lot of those battles just all across the spiral. So I definitely recommend packing both of these, and they're also just very useful for a lot of boss settings as well, as they are kind of really, you know, I wouldn't even say difficult, but they're a little bit more advanced cheats. So these are really good spells to kind of counteract that. So get both of these, and then you're going to want Frenzy, I believe, just because, especially if you're a hitting school, just because I think this is a really nice aura to have, just because of that plus 40 damage. 40% damage, actually, that you actually get from this aura. It's really good. Of course, it's kind of an interesting trade-off, because, you know, for 4 rounds you're also taking 30% more damage towards your own character. But I mean, as you get to a higher level, I feel that you'll kind of just die less and less as our wizards kind of get stronger and have a lot more health, especially for some other schools. So I think Frenzy is really good. Just keep in mind you'll have to train Berserk before that, but you can get that in Zafaria in the Zamunda area. area from one of the obelisks, just do the quest to restore it, get Berserk, and then once you are appropriate level, you can train Frenzy as well. And I just think, yeah, it's a really, really nice spell to have. Maybe not as essential as some other ones, but I find it personally, at least on my fire, and honestly, really just any school that I solo and hit on, it's just really nice to have, man. By the way, keep in mind, you can always reset all of the spells that you have learned and get all of your training points back if you just go to Mr. Lincoln here, and you can pay a set amount of crowns to actually buy them all back. And there's also actually a member benefit as well called just training point buyback, I think, or is it called? It's called like free training point buyback or something like that, where it's actually free to, you know, carry out that same action. So keep that in mind as well if you have spent training points on a bunch of random spells that you actually don't want anymore. But anyways, that's pretty much going to be it for the video, everyone. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you could always leave a like on the video or subscribe to the channel if this did help you out, and you know, that would really help me out and I really would appreciate it. So anyways though, I will see you all in the next video or stream, whenever that may be. So take care and peace out, everyone.